Guys, in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how you know if your product or service is viable and what are 5 ways to find out. If you have a product or service you're not sure about, that you're thinking about starting or that you're thinking about implementing into your business, I would strongly recommend that you consider these 5 things. Okay, number 1 is it information friendly? If it's information friendly, that basically means that you can create a digital package off of that. So that means that if you're, say for instance, you're a coach, what kind of information can you give people on a scale from 1 to 10? What do you think would be the most important thing that you can tell people within your business? Okay, so is your product information friendly? Can they download a report, an ebook, some sort of digital product, whether it be a webinar or something like that? Can they download some sort of product that has to do with the service or the product that you're trying to roll out? Okay, is it information friendly? The next is there competition? Is there competition for this particular niche that you're trying to introduce? If there's no competition, there's a reason for that. That means that that product sucks. That means that you shouldn't waste your time putting energy into that, because what's going to happen is you're going to find that no one will buy it. You don't want that. So, is there competition? Okay, now, what do I mean by competition? There is a such thing as too much competition. If it is a million or more, when you go to search in Google, you type in whatever topic you want to talk about, and you go to search in Google, and there's like 20 million people that are searching for that, that's a no-no. No. Don't go after that one, because that is not, it's not specific enough. And if you want your product to sell, it needs to be specific. Okay? So the best, juiciest spot that you can get is going to be in between 6,000 and 1 million. Okay? 6,000 and 1 million. Why is that? Because this is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. This is where 1 million is kind of a lot, but at the same time, it's just enough to where you can make your mark and not have to worry about having a product that doesn't sell, okay? So make sure that it's in between 6K, 6,000, and 1 million. When you go to type in Google, search for the particular thing that you're looking to introduce into your products or services, and make sure there's competition. Number 3, which is what I just talked about, is the size of the audience. Okay, as long as you have, if you have this number size audience, 6,000 to 1 million, you know for a fact that you're going to have some competition, and it's going to be a great niche to go into. Okay, if there's no competition and there's like maybe 3,000, 2,000, don't go after it. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. All right, number 4 is popularity in search. Okay, so you would go up to Google and you're going to type in whatever thing you're talking about, and I want you to type in INURL, okay? INURL, in URL. And what that's going to do is it'll bring up all of the whole history of how many people have written a blog about it, how many times it's been talked about in a YouTube video. It's going to tell you how many times that keyword has been used in a title, a headline, okay? So if you want to know how many people have talked about let's say apples, okay? You type in URL and you put in apples, okay? So popularity and search. Type in URL, okay? Number 5, this is the last one, and this one's really, really extremely important, okay? Is there long-term potential? If there's no long-term potential, it's a bad idea. Now, what do I mean by long-term potential? Long-term potential. So, for instance, if you are, say, for instance, you are in the health coach, you're a health coach, and you specifically focus on women who are pregnant, okay, you are going to make sure that you set up a program where you can help them while they're pregnant, that 3 trimesters, help them while they're pregnant, and then you're going to help them when they have a newborn, okay? When they have a newborn, you're going to go ahead and you're going to say, okay, we'll have a package of the program that's going to focus on how you can take care of your newborn baby. Then you're going to have another program or package where you talk about how they can take care of their toddler. So every stage of their child's life, you can go ahead from there and there and there, depending on how much reach you want to have in that particular field. So those are the 5 things that you want to consider when you are creating a product or service, and you need to make sure that it's information friendly. Sorry, that's a huge truck. Okay, so you want to make sure it's information friendly. That's number 1. Make sure there's competition in that particular niche. Make sure that it's in the 6,000 to 1 million range, which is the size of the audience, okay? Size of the audience. Then also, you're going to want to make sure there's popularity in search by putting in URL, and then whatever the topic is. So in URL, how to make apple pie, right? And then you're going to make sure that there's long-term potential. Make sure that there's a way to either expand into that market, or you're going to want to make sure that you can add some complementary products and services to that market. All right, that is all I have to say about that. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you can go ahead and you can make sure that you post in the comments below. And if you have any questions specifically about your business, I do 30-minute consultations in this group, and in this group only. It's normally $75, but I do them for $45 in this group. $45 to do a 30-minute consultation about how you can implement another product or what your next move should be in your business. So keep that in mind. If you would like to do that with me and have a 30-minute session with me, go ahead and post in the comments below, and I'll have a conversation with you. Other than that, I hope you found this useful, and you can press rewind because you're going to need to watch it again to make sure. And later on in another video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break down how you can create a product, like what format it should be in. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day. Julie says, Julie Strickler, hi. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Melanie. Okay, I'm going to get off for real this time.